Oh,
I love that.
Hey, I liked that too.
That was pretty good for like a last minute edit there.
Little new improvements. You're 1% better every day, Joe. That's what we say around here. Guys, welcome to a very special edition of Labs Advisors Live. I cannot get over how excited I am for today. But before we begin, I do want to go ahead and introduce some folks some that have been on the show before, some that have not making their first in here. But first and foremost, thankful for Joe McHugh being here with me at my side as always. Joe, how are you doing today?
I am fantastic, and I am, as I said in my post, I am grateful for our friend here, Timothy Lester, pushing us to do this live today and save me from Black Friday, because otherwise I probably would have thought to go out there and hunt. Oh, and
a new guest as well. We keep you on your toes here at Labs Advisors Live. Absolutely,
we like to do that.
So, guys, so Tim, we have Tim with us today. We have Kelly Cody, of course, and Kelly. I forgive me. The job title eludes me. I never know what it is anymore.
Well, yeah, so the job title did officially change just about 2 months ago. So I am now Special Projects Office of the President.
Ooh.
Right.
Oh, gosh.
It's vague, right?
Yeah.
It basically is like, you know how you have job descriptions and that bullet point always says and other miscellaneous tasks as assigned? That's basically my whole job.
So on this episode of House of Cards, we are going to be going over... And of course, we have Abby with us. Abby, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
And speaking of job titles, I believe I can't remember yours either.
Mine is I'm on the operations team for KWIN, KW Expansion Network. So part of a great team there with KWX.
Yes. And Joe, I believe you and I are MCTT General Use Case.
We're miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous.
You guys, hang on. My bread is done in the oven. Theoretically, I'll be back in like a hot minute.
Do your thing. Before we get into what is going to make
theoretical bread, by the way.
We do. Theoretical bread is amazing. Before we get into what to make today so special, because we're going to be unwrapping a very special gift, courtesy of Miss Abby Lacey and Kelly Cody, and of course, courtesy of Tim, who is going to be showcasing these really cool new things. And I believe this is the first time we're actually going to get a full in-depth look at this particular thing as well that we will get into. But before we begin, I just want to say, hey, everybody, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday. Everybody having a great time with their families?
Coma Day, right? Food Coma Day official.
We hope that you guys watching at home are having a lovely time with your families. And if you did make some time to watch us today, that's awesome. And we appreciate you joining us. We hope to offer a fun escape from the family time that you may be trying to avoid currently at the moment. But Tim, to open up the Black Friday present, why don't you just go ahead and let us know what we are going to be doing today?
Well, so before we unbox that particular present, I want us to unbox a quick challenge and a quick thought. So most of us just probably spent way more money in the past 24 hours than we probably should have ever done. I know I've got some new AirPod Pros on the way and a couple other things from the rest of my family. I want us to talk about gratitude for a second, because it's been such a focused mindset for the past 48 hours. Can we just take a couple seconds and do the good old-fashioned Thanksgiving thing? Go around the table. What you grateful for, guys?
I will start off. I'm truly thankful to be a part of, and this is going to sound super cheesy, but this company, right? Like, I moved to Texas last year. I left my family. I left my friends. And it has not stopped me for a single moment, truly, because I've always been surrounded by such amazing people at Keller Williams. And I'm more grateful for them this year than ever before.
And you couldn't go back, right? You moved and California shut down. So you didn't have the option of like running home and visiting people.
Yes, California did shut its borders. And now that I'm a Texan, they really shut their borders. So that's.
Yeah. Tim's being quiet on that one.
Let's just keep going in a clockwise manner. Abby, you're next. What are you grateful for this year?
Yeah, I'm super grateful for this Labs Advisor group, and I'm going to kind of piggyback off of Kelly, because I've had kind of an exceptionally rough year in a couple different ways, and I've just had the amazing support of the company, the company, Labs Advisors Live, and everyone on here, and then also my family as well. That support system that you kind of know you always have, but when it really comes into play and in a time where you really need it, it's just really refreshing to know that I have such a foundation in my life to look forward to some new beginnings and awesome things. So I'm feeling extremely grateful for that and all of the people that I'm surrounded with.
That's a good one. I love that. Absolutely. Joe, do you want to go next?
Well, I was going to say, before you three gentlemen go, I'm actually very curious because we can see what all of you are chatting. I want to know also, like, if you guys can type in the chat what you're grateful for while our three gentlemen.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, and I guess while we're doing that real quick, we're going to go ahead and put into the comments section streamyard.com/Facebook so that when you do comment, we'll be able to actually feature your amazing name and face as well. Much like how Amy right here has, who's got new AirPods coming, which is, those nice Gen 3s.
So, Evan, I hate to be the Debbie Downer here, but the way you did that, it only went to YouTube. So
that's fine, Joe. I take it that what I'm hearing is that a firm commitment that you are going to correct that error for me, and you are going to go into the chat right now and put that.
Why don't you do it while I do the gratitude, because it's my turn on gratitude.
Oh, okay, that sounds fair.
No, I'm going to reiterate. I'm really grateful for everybody here. I know this group of people has been fantastic. Helped me get through the past year. Right, I don't think was easy for anybody per se. I'm grateful for my family and my new dog, who I've had a year now. She's over there. I hope she doesn't start barking. So I don't know. And other things. I'm grateful to be alive, right? Who's not grateful to be alive?
Absolutely.
I agree 100%, Joe. So I want to be grateful for so much. I mean, blessed to be a blessing every day. Literally every day I get to wake up. I get to be a part of an amazing company that's invested in its agents, and it's invested in its people. It's invested in its relationships of its agents. And one of the cool things that I really love is that we also are really, really good at being grateful back to the community. And so specifically, before I take a second to talk about what we're about to unwrap, I'm going to put forth a actual KW Cares challenge. And we're going to see an image go up all over the Facebook groups after this Facebook Live. I want to see $25,000 donated to KW Cares by the end of Giving Tuesday. And I think us, along with all the amazing agents that are watching this, we can do it. And so I will kick it off in saying that I'm not going to do it live on screen because it shows my credit card number, but
do it.
I am grateful for Tim Lester's credit card number. Let me tell you.
We're not sharing that much, but $500 KW Cares at the end of this live stream.
Wow.
So I would love to see the next people step up, and let's hit that $25,000 and blow it out of the park.
You impressed Chad, it looks like. So
whoa, I've never impressed Chad in my life.
I think Chad's putting the entire $25,000 in there for you to meet that goal.
So hang on, Tim. Okay. How do I donate to KW Cares? What's the easiest way I can do that?
So that's a great point. And the easiest way is to go to kwcares.com/donate.
Slash donut?
That's what I heard too. I'm like, are you meant to say donate?
Donate, not donut. I do like donuts. But yeah, let's go to kwcares.com/donate. And I bet Joe McHugh can put that link in the chat since he's really good at that. So we're going to throw that link in the chat, and you'll also start seeing some fun links in all of the fun Facebook groups. So we're going to be keeping some track of this. I'm going to call the KW Cares people on Tuesday and see where we're at. But I think $25,000 is nothing, because the truth is right now we're
doable with this group.
Yeah, we're live streaming to 30,000 people right now.
Part of me is like, dude, let's do a bold step and let's double it. Let's double it.
I mean, I've already made the graphic, but if we hit it in a day, I will make a new graphic.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, so grateful for all of you. Grateful for what KW does. I'm grateful for our leadership that really does care about the individuals and that really cares about people. And so I want to kind of pivot here and say I'm really grateful for KWRI and all the work they've been putting into Command Mobile, which is why I'm super excited today to give you your first hands-on drive-through of Command Mobile, which is actually called Command App, as I am about to get yelled at by people. Boom. Let's go. Let's drive a little bit and let's see what
Alright.
we've got.
Let's see it.
Evan, did you just do the
Wait, no,
explosion
Evan
as
didn't
a-
say what he's grateful for.
Oh no.
This is it. I think this is it.
This is what he's grateful
Okay,
for.
okay. Before we dive in, then I'll say what I'm grateful for. I am grateful for, of course, the four lovely individuals that are on this call with me who have made what has been a very difficult 2 years. Kept me sane in more ways than one. I'm grateful for my lovely wife and the family time that I got to have, and I'm grateful for this Labs Advisors live show that got to cut that family time a little bit short because I need to get out of there. I'm kidding, messing around. But Tim, let us take it away, my friend. Let's get into Command Mobile.
Nope.
Command.
Otherwise known
The
as.
Command app.
So, as a quick aside, you may hear us say Command Mobile a few times here and there throughout the show because for a while, as we were testing this, we may have been calling it that for a very long time, and it is now known as the official Command app on the phone. So
With that said, let's kick into it. So, the first thing we're going to see is that the Command app is a different color. It is not Kelly, and we want to go ahead and be clear that when you do get the opportunity to download this, it will be a new app. It's not going to be an update to Kelly, and so it's going to be a new app that you download from your app stores, and will be separate from Kelly. So
Yeah, I actually went so far as I deleted Kelly from my phone a couple months ago.
wow.
Right? I was like, I don't need her anymore.
You're brave.
Like, opposite.
I haven't been able to do that yet, but maybe we'll get there.
Well, I got
So-
really tired of seeing like the 2,000 notifications, whereas on the Command app, I think I have 4. So
Yeah, that's
much
fair.
more.
So for the person who's about to put in the chat, like, do we have less than 1,000 notifications? They're just dismissed. So yes, I have way.
And those 5 notifications that he has right now are all just from me texting him over and over again.
Yes. No, they're not. But yes. Okay. So we're going to jump into Command app. You have seen this dashboard already a couple of times in some different things, but look, we want to break this down top to bottom. So first off, right at the top, hey, we've got notifications. So we've got our bell icon. We're used to seeing that already in Command. So we're going to click into it and take a look and see what they are. So we had a couple Twilio messages that came through. One of them was Evan texting me earlier to say hello. And then a couple of these are actually my live business. And so I had a smart plan that went out and they responded, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. You can see that I've got a couple of commission approvals down there for a closing we have coming up. But the biggest thing to me is the unread and read, because up until now, you couldn't go back to any notification you dismissed. And so now we can click over to that red notification and I can see all the things previously until they're deleted all or 90 days out. 90 days out, they do go away.
So instead of having, as what Chad Andrews would put, up to 20,643 notifications, instead he's got his unread now, which may be much less because we know that Chad reads a lot and he's probably read all those 20,000 notifications. Those are going to be in that red category where he no longer has to have that OCD triggering notification icon above the app.
Absolutely. And so the cool thing here is we can actually interact with these notifications. So I can click into them, I can mark them as read, or I can add a task. So KWRI recently upgraded tasks into this beautiful, very simple flow of being able to manage your actual to-do list and things to get done. So this is the next level, is right here. I can just come in and say, hey, I need to call Evan back, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to switch over to my personal account because Command app does recognize team account and personal. And we're going to throw this in, call Evan back. And there we go.
I don't see an asterisk next to description. So is that optional, that all I have to do is just put in the task name? And if I want to put in more, I can?
Correct. Yes. The description is not required in a task. And we get to set our due date. So the truth is, I'm not going to call him back today because, holiday. So we'll call him back Tuesday. And I'm going to mark it as a call task. Now, the reason why we want to do that call task, you're going to get to see here in a few minutes. So we'll save that task over. And notice it also dismissed the notification. It didn't just leave it there. So we've dismissed that notification. We've created the task.
Because you acted upon it.
Because I acted upon it. Now, I want to take a couple seconds to take a step back and talk through the mindset of the Command app. So when the developers began developing this, they said, what can an agent do in 15 minutes in between appointments or that thing we do when we're not supposed to be doing it.
When they
driving
safely pull over off of the road into a parking lot, turn their car
Yes.
and back on the road.
Yes, that, Kelly,
Yes.
that thing. And so when we're doing that, like, what can we do in 15 minutes? So the question is, how do we really put our mindset around the Command app? And I think the best example I've heard so far is the Command app is the Apple Watch to the iPhone. It's an extension of Command. It's not replacing it. It's giving you a way to operate it and be a part of. Chad, this is going to get expensive.
I love this. I love this.
Command app. It's an extension. It allows us to operate. You would never, write a love letter on your Apple Watch unless you're using voice, which I wouldn't trust. There's some activities that make sense in that quick and fast moment, and then there's some that don't. And so when the developers sat down and started building out this app, they said, what is the fast in the moment thing to take care of? And notifications was obviously one of the first things that popped up. So
can I just chime in on that, Tim? I love that explanation, and I'm really glad that you brought that up on this call, because it's very easy to compare mobile to desktop. And, while I can do it on here like this, why isn't it exactly the same? Think about some of the apps that you have on your phone that don't work identical to a desktop version. It's an extension of it. And the things that you want to be able to do on the go truly should be part of the Command app. So I really like that you brought that description and way of thinking about it.
Absolutely. So there's going to be a bit of a mindset switch here. If you think you want to do every single thing, you're going to hurt yourself, because it's not going to be like that. It's built to be a quick, momentarily interaction. Yes. Thank you, Brett.
Yes, Brett,
all right.
that is spot on. Yes.
So we're going to jump out of notifications. I'm going to start talking tasks. I'm going to switch over to my team tasks real fast, because I've got more of them there to play with.
Hold on, real quick, Tim. Let's while you're doing that, show them real quick, because Tim is on a team, right? So for those that are individual agents, may not have this switching back and forth, but for those that are on teams, notice how Tim is quickly switching back and forth between both his personal account and his team account. So just like in that desktop version of Command, where he has a team account and a personal account, he does so as well here on the mobile app, which is incredible.
That's awesome.
And it's super
And
valuable.
I cannot be the only person who thinks the Pirates of the Caribbean when I see his team name. Am I the only person?
I've just never said it, but I think it every time.
Okay, every single time. Yeah.
We all know
it's Turtle Pirates.
Where's the rum gone? We'll have some rum cake afterwards, because I have it here in the office. So
there you go.
All right. So let's jump back in and let's talk about tasks. So now we can sit here, have a quick 5-second look. What's due today? What's due soon? What's past due? So if I'm in between listing appointments or whatever, I can go, hey, what's due today? And I just tap on the blue and I can pull out those tasks.
Wait, and I see that toggle, because I think that's what you referenced a little bit ago, right? When you said mark it as a call task.
Yes. And so I don't have any call tasks due today because I wasn't calling clients. So if I toggle that, I'm not going to see anything.
So now I'll be honest, this is one of my favorite things that we did when we built out this app. And this was absolutely with all of your advice, everybody who's watching and listening. We talked to agents about this. And that's because when you have tasks to do, doing a pop by their house or sending an email or doing a more labor intensive task isn't as feasible, right? Necessarily when you're needing a mobile system, whereas making a call, that is 100% what your phone was meant to do originally.
Absolutely. And when we get through our filters, you're going to see some of these call tasks in action. So let's talk through. This is just due today. This is what's due today. Now, let's say that I needed to reschedule because a agent has never had to reschedule something in their life. Never. So we're going to jump in here. We're going to hit our hamburger menu and we can click that reschedule button.
I'm saying, when you say the hamburger menu, you mean the kebab menu?
It's
the
not
meatballs.
That's another $20 donation going straight over to KW Cares.
Yes.
Hamburgers, no.
Right, the hamburgers, the 3 lines down at the bottom. You didn't click that, did you?
No. Okay, the kebab. I'm sorry.
Or the meatballs. I'm okay with meatballs as well.
All right, meatballs.
Meatballs is a KWRI specific term. Like it's
yes.
The first time I heard meatball menu, it just changed my life.
So if we did need to reschedule, we can change our due date right here, right now. We'll confirm and save. We're done. It's gone.
Boom.
We are filtered by today. So if you look at the due date, it's today. Now let's filter by past due. So one of my tasks that this is a legitimate task that I've put off too many times is I need to order more signs for yards. We're out of signs. And so I keep putting this off because of no good reason, but I'm still going to go ahead and put it off until next Tuesday.
Hey, hang on. No. What is it? Can you order the signs on Monday? Is the company open on Monday?
Yeah, but
yes, they are. Move it to Monday. Do not let this go another day.
Okay, we're going Monday. Now,
dang,
here's the other thing. Y'all should see the time notifications. We can actually set this to a specific time. Like, hey, I need to call them by 10 because they're going to close at noon that day.
There you go.
It sounds like, whatever your notifications app that your phone normally uses can do, you could also do right here in the command app. Yeah.
So we're going to save that one out. And, I've got no past due now. So I want to go back to the dashboard because I like the visuals. I'm a big visual person. So the due soon now is our section we're going to jump into. And we've got order signs, call out Courtney, check in with title and commitment, and rock out Labs Advisor Live, which is now due tomorrow, even though it was due today. Now we talked about those call tasks. And so if we filter, we can now see that I only have one call task. And when I click that call, it's going to pull up the phone number. I will click on it. It's going to call them. I'm going to pretend that I called them because that is a legitimate number. Please don't call her. And as soon as you do and come back to the app, it asks you to add activity. This is the one thing many
call me crazy. Can you just add a task to call one of us right now and we can actually
Dude, we can. We can. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's do it. You can use me if you want to, Tim. I'm more than happy. By the way, all those numbers that you saw earlier from the Twilio, that is my personal cell phone number. Call it anytime you need assistance, and Joe McHugh will definitely not answer the phone.
Stop.
Well, so this is going to give us an opportunity to pivot because I may not have them in my phone. So let's talk about a contact. We're jumping around a little bit, but
and I just want to do a quick timeout real quick, Tim, because I did notice you have the past due, whatever. What I don't hear, and I think this is a good example of desktop versus mobile, and one of those places where it's what's necessary and what we kind of don't have here. I don't see expired tasks here, right? So expired tasks are, how old do expired tasks have to be?
60 days?
90 days.
I want to say it's 90.
So ultimately, though, what Command Mobile will do is rely on the desktop to have access to that, and yet everything that's really important and needs to be done right away that you haven't kind of forgotten about or said I don't need to worry about that is going to be right here for you.
Absolutely. So
$20 to KW Cares for Joe McHugh.
Did I call it?
Oh, got caught red-handed. Live in 4K.
This is fun. Can I just say how fun this is? This is really.
Hey, you know what, Tim? This is a good chance for us to show adding a new contact anyway. Yeah. So let's add it. Let's say Joe, Tim. $20. Tim, you met me at the Kroger recently because we were both shopping for incredible Granny Smith apples, and I was mentioning that I had to buy a house. So you threw me into your phone really quickly. A very relatable situation that we've all gone through.
Yeah. So we call this the run and gun in our office. You meet somebody, you need to go. We hit the add new. We've clicked on contacts. It's going to give us the opportunity to add a name. So who we at? Are we adding Evan in?
Yeah, add Evan in. And while you're doing that, I just have to comment on just the chat is really taking the hamburger thing and just going with it.
Because we have Mr. Landreth in the chat. That's
every time I go to click on a comment to highlight it, it somehow highlights a burger comment instead. So keep that.
There you go.
That number, Tim, I'll go ahead and give you. This is my actual cell phone number, so I'm just going to do it. 615-916. 8599.
All right.
And then email address. Let's go ahead and do that too.
Okay.
We'll do Evan at retechninja.com. This is my own shameless self-promotion here. This is wonderful. Okay.com. Perfect. And then we're going to skip the address for now.
Okay. But I do want to talk about this. Can we take a second?
Sure.
This is one of those things that we talked about a lot in the labs. That address needed to be higher up in the contact adding of data. A lot of times it gets missed because it's so low. And this is one of those feedbacks that KWRI said, absolutely, we can do that. And they moved it up. And that is super powerful because we depend on those neighborhoods. And if you add an address, you get the neighborhood.
Especially when you're on the go. Right?
Yeah.
We don't have time to go fishing through nested menus.
Yeah. And this is a running gun. So we're going to save this one. I'm not going to assign it to anybody because this one's mine. So we've got this. So
I don't know why that's funny to me, but
it is. No one's getting this one but me. All right. So we talked about the phone number. We talked about that call tactic. It's the same workflow here. If I pull up the contact and we should be click on the number, it's going to give us that option. We're going to call. It's not going to show on the display.
Okay. That's Tim's number that I should have probably have saved before.
Yeah. So we'll cancel the phone call. And then it gives us this opportunity to add an activity to the timeline.
I love this.
This is amazing. I love it.
This is my favorite.
So many agents forget to add the activity, and then the database isn't working for you to know how many touches you've had. So me and Evan had a great convo.
Notice this one's required, Kelly. I just realized.
Thank you. Yes, because not all the descriptions are.
Yeah,
but that's the only thing you had to fill in actually there. Whereas you had to select your button of saying, hey, he didn't answer. I left a voicemail or we talked. Yes.
Yeah.
And in the future, we can actually show, and I don't know if we're going to do this today, if we have time for it, but we can also show that everything going on this timeline, guys, I want to make this really clear for those that are watching at home. This is his actual command timeline. So if he were to go to his desktop right now and pull up my contact record, it would A, be there, B, have these exact same notes. So it's not like there's two different experiences going on.
Within seconds of you doing something here, it shows up in the desktop. And within seconds of desktop, it shows up here. This is your data bank. This is the one and only data bank. It's just two ways of accessing it.
Yeah.
I can totally vouch for the Labs Advisor meetup email that went out.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's already even gone ahead and logged previous emails that we've done together because we've emailed before.
And so we're in this contact card. We just showed the phone number. I want to show the texting because this is something agents talk about a lot is they depend on texting. They wanted to text.
Yeah.
And so now we can go ahead and hit that text button. It's going to kick out to my mobile.
Oh, hang on. I love this. I actually forgot that we had done this because we talked about it so long ago. This was one of my favorite things is I like to be able to text from my own phone number. I like having it in my phone because that way to me, this is the difference between a lead and a contact, right? When I'm working on a lead, that's a Twilio. I want that stuff to be done automatically in the background. But as soon as I actually make that person into a contact, I want to be using my own personal phone number and my own personal cell for texting.
And it's not a copy the phone number and paste it into your texting. It takes you right there.
Right. It opens it up in your
so much so that I became extremely nervous for Tim and I's text history because who knows what could have been there.
I did too, actually, for a second there. So as you saw, it popped over. I definitely copied that text because I just wanted to have a record of it. And then I'm going to save that to the timeline. And so now you'll see my timeline just updated again from the call we just had to the text message we just had. And so now I can manage my 36 touches that I need to have with Evan every year. I know what's there and what hasn't been done.
I want to point out something too as well that Saeed has mentioned here. And this is, I love this too, because this is a little bit of feature of a task that I see doesn't get enough love that I think it deserves. So Saeed's saying he loves the link section of tasks. You can have links such as iCloud or Google Drive link in the link section. Take a picture of a card, flyer, a house, put out to your desk, you have on our command platform. I've actually used this feature a lot as well myself in those links where maybe it's a call step and we have a series of scripts on our team that we want them to follow, where we use those Google Drive links that while they're making their call steps, there's a link to the exact script that's appropriate for that particular smart plan based on that lead, whatever that lead source may have been. And so thank you, Saeed, for mentioning that, because that actually is a really cool feature. I don't know if we showed that. Tim, if you want to real quick on any given task, you just want to show which section he's referring to, that people can see.
So I don't have links on these.
Hit edit real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right there it is, add hyperlink. So if you had a Google Drive share link, right? So talk to your director of operations if this is kind of going over your head, possibly your director of operations could help you out with that. But in this case, what he wants to do is order signs, and he wants that person to just go Google it whenever they get their notification.
The
Google. So what I want to go back to contacts. I mean, because this is huge. The contact management is so powerful. And here's the one thing though, if I didn't have Evan Ransom in my phone already, I can now click the kebab menu.
Good job.
And I can save that contact directly to my phone. Now, this is huge because this is going to be another one of those small mindset shifts is
Mind shifts
is we're going to come in and go mobile first. So when you're out and about, I don't want you pulling up your contacts app. I want you adding them straight into Command Mobile, getting all the good data, and then just downloading a super clean and a super complete contact. And so this is amazing in that sense because it really removes the need for some of the syncs and some of the extra work that can be done on the back end. You can now manage your phone contacts from Command Mobile just by downloading them. And maybe you don't want certain clients' phone numbers on your phone. I don't know why you wouldn't, but you don't have to download them. It's not a one-to-one sync. You get to choose what's on there.
Tim, you opened the doors to many great use cases.
Great use cases.
There's no reason to not have somebody's number in your phone.
I can't tell you how many times it happens a day, but we've got all these great usages here. Now, one thing I want to talk about, we kind of jumped over notifications for a second. So I want to kick back into my home screen and let's see. I think I had, oh yeah, there we go. Great slick deal there. But we had a Twilio message earlier today. And so if I click on that banner.
That's a really great text message to receive.
I would like to buy a home.
Yes. It kicks over. It goes straight to the contact in there, and we can immediately see and begin having a conversation. And honestly, if I get I would like to buy a house text, they're getting a call. So I'm going to be hitting that call button and we're going to go. And so that's one of those really nice, powerful tools just to be able to immediately hit it and go.
Tim, I'd like to ask you a quick question.
What's up?
Joe, you let me in the private chat how we should handle what has occurred below. Tim, I want to ask you a quick question.
Okay.
About another feature that I'd like to dive into. And I know you probably have some prepared things today, so forgive me if I'm skipping ahead here.
No, you're
but
good.
One of my favorite features of Command, one of my top, actually I would probably put it at number 1, number 2, is Smart Views. Because I'm a big believer, and I talk about this all the time with a good buddy of mine, David Breckheimer. We have a rule, and that rule is if you can't pull up the list of people you need in your database based on any criteria in 30 seconds or less, your system needs work. And Smart Views really helps me reach that goal. And so I would really like to, if possible, spoiler alert, it is, do so right here on the Command app.
Now, so that's a great point.
The biz call that foreshadowing.
Let's jump over to contacts real fast. So,
and while he's doing that, I want to introduce really quickly. We brought in a wild card guest here. Chad Landris has joined us.
Chan, I love Chan.
Chan Landris is here with us today. But anyway, Tim, take it away again, please.
Yeah. So Smart Views are those filters. It's one of those ways we can filter our contacts, and so we can jump over to Smart Views here, and you can see that there are some pre-built ones by KW, but also there's one that I made. Now, I did not make this Smart View in Command app. I made it in Command, and so it's available to me in Command app. So OBOR is actually one of our
That
boards.
was beautifully done.
There was a lot of focus.
We actually did talk again. We talked to you all in the field, and we said, is this something that you want to be able to do while safely pulled over on the road and not driving in 15 seconds before a light turns green? And people were like, no, I want to be able to really dive through this and spend time on my computer and being able to set those up. And once they're set up, they're done.
Yeah.
I'm not making Smart Views on a daily basis.
Another one of those examples of how this is an extension of Command Desktop. is the reality is a lot of this stuff we're already managing on our browser. We've already created these smart views, but we still want to be able to pull them up mobily. So it was very important to be able to have the ability to pull them up mobily, even if the ability to create them wasn't there. And that was a huge, I think we spent a couple of weeks just talking about that. Well, maybe not that, but
no, I'll be honest. It was more than a couple weeks at KWRI. This was easily a topic.
And then they added it, and it was just boom.
Wow.
Anyway.
And so we have the smart views. And the reason this is powerful, so the smart view you're looking at right now is the Odessa Board of Realtors. It's one of our boards that we're a part of here. And I have every agent loaded into my personal database. Now, you notice that at the bottom, I've switched over to my personal database. And so I have all of these agents. If I need to call, email, text, or whatever, I have immediate access. I can also search within this. So if I need to find a specific agent,
because maybe they've got a listing for sale that you want to take a look at.
Exactly. I've got their stuff ready to go. It's loaded up. I've just got an email for them, but that's okay because we use this for smart plans specifically. And it's a great opportunity just to be able to filter. Now, you can also filter by other pieces, not just smart views. So let's go back to all of our contacts here, and I'm going to clear that filter out. So we've got 647 contacts. I can also now come in and sort by alphabetical, contact type.
Wait, hang on. I was having a glass of holiday cheer. How did you get here?
Oh, okay. So that was the hamburger icon up at the top right with the three lines.
It's known as the filter button.
Filter button.
Nope.
It's a hamburger. And so when you click
the
on
hamburger with onions in it,
we can now come in and begin filtering these contacts by many different options. My personal favorite, because I'm a bit obsessive with tags, is tags. And so every tag that I have in command is now available to me, including my DTD2.
Dude,
so
sweet.
I want to take a second to talk about this because I deal with agents every single day. And I want to talk about call lists because people ask, are like, who do we know that we need to call? I say, look, let's just run the DTD2 system. We're going to pull up our DTD2Ds and we're going to start calling. And we're going to click that call button and then click on the phone number, cancel, and it's going to give me the activity.
Now, had you actually called that person, you would be recording an actual activity at this point, right?
And so, and that's okay because Brandon's a friend. I can do that. Now, notice it brought me back to the list. So now I can just work my way down through this call list.
This is one of my favorite things.
Real quick, too. Now, I want to point this out real fast. I know we've mentioned it before, but for anybody who just might be hopping on, Tim hit that call button and he hit cancel. Right, and that immediately brought us back to the app where we could make those notes.
But in his smart views with his filters on, he doesn't have to redo any of that.
And if he had actually made the phone call, let's say, and he actually got on the phone, and then when he hung up, it would have brought him back here still. Right, I want to make that clear. So Tim used a shortcut there to kind of get to the menu where like command was like, hey, you made a call, right? But if he had really made that phone call too and not hit cancel, the same thing would have occurred here. To be able to log that call right at the spot, which to me is just huge.
That is like amazing to me because so many people would probably avoid doing it this way if they have to do the 3 steps to get back to where they were, especially if they don't remember where they were.
I'd like to add with that, Tim, when we first got it, the beta, and we were testing it, I actually called someone from my phone through the app, forgot to go back in and add the activity. 24 hours later, when I went back into the app, it still popped up there at activity. So it doesn't go away after.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that either. That's incrable.
Great job having the foresight to actively make that decision to test that out for us, Chad Landry.
You're welcome,
I also want to point out Amy's saying here she uses DT2 for our agents because a lot of people use DT2. You could either just set a quick filter and go to do their DT2 calls, or they can have their smart view set up for it. So Amy's using that in a big way. Saeed's talking about tags, allowing them to create smart views in command of the command app. It will allow us to get things done faster. Yes, it will, Saeed. I love that. As Amy also says, the tags are the backbone of command. And of course, Brett Bishop saying this is going to do so much for agent and adoption of command. What an awesome app. And Brett, I just can't help but agree with you. As Labs advisors, we like to say we are the biggest fans and the most vocal critics. And this is by far, I believe, personally, one of the best releases that I have ever seen for any real estate company, let alone just KW.
Which is awesome, and it's so cool that like the handful of people on this call have it, and we've been able to, be part of the test group. What about everybody who's watching? Do they have access to it today?
Kelly, I think you might know the answer to that better than anybody here in this room.
No, okay, so the answer is no, you don't have access to it today. And I know that we don't give out deadlines. Like we don't ever give dates because every single time it shoots us in the foot. But check your app store on Wednesday, December 1st.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
Ooh,
well, I love that.
On Wednesday, we got
where's the bomb?
We got approval from both the Apple Store and Google Play and the Google Store. Those have been approved, and so they should be released on Wednesday. Should. And if they're not, you can email davidv@kw.com.
Oh, no. Put that in the comments.
To be fair, you didn't say what year, Kelly. So
I personally think you ought to email any problems to Marty Miller at kw.com.
Oh,
he will handle all of your.
Now it's very clear, Chad. To be clear, if you're going to get an efficient answer from Marty Miller, you must email him 66 individual times.
Yes.
Indeed, the 66.
All right, we're a little off the rails, but
let's roll it back. Let's roll it back. Okay, so with that mic drop, I guess I can keep talking here. So, anything to anybody before we move on. Favorite part so far from anybody on the call, and actually favorite parts in the comments as well. If people want to leave it, there's just so much I like about this. I think that download to your phone and like that workflow of put it in command first and then download to your phone is just, that one was eye-opening for me because I always think about syncing, but start with command, move it to your phone directly. It's such a great workflow hack to be able to have it on both. And I think that was awesome.
Tim, what are you going to show us here next? Because I have a direction I want us to take us in, but Tim, what are you about to show us?
I want to talk about my favorite thing. So
okay, good.
Right here is in our kebab menu. We have the option to share my KW app link through whatever form we want to text it, whatever.
Oh, dang, that was super slick. Whoa.
Yeah.
I just got that too, by the way.
And so this is going to make sharing your branded KW app. We're getting there, Saeed. Your branded KW app so much easier because right now it's a bit of a 4 or 5 click process to share that KW app link. Right. Now it's going to be 30 seconds or less. We're going to get it out. You're going to see increased adoption by all of your people to use that KW consumer app. And when Evan goes on my site and registers, I'm going to begin seeing all of his activity within the timeline, just like I would on command.
And I want to speak to this as well for any new agents who may be watching, because little small fact about me is that I got my real estate license earlier this year. I've been doing KW Tech for quite a while. And when they opened up testing the KW Command, I can say mobile app,
That's
right?
a whole nother name.
Yeah, the KW Command mobile app. When they opened up testing of this, I actually went through and I was texting that mobile link, how Tim just did, to everybody, which a process that would have taken me a bit of time with just going through the mobile app, the consumer app itself, or copy pasting. I was able to get it out to everybody like within, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes. And the actual adoption rate of it was much, much higher than I ever would have anticipated. So absolutely a really great feature. I love what Brett's highlighting here too, because this is kind of
the dashboard is my favorite part. I love being able to just honestly at a glance see the 5 or 6 most important things to me. Number 1, birthdays, because I don't usually log into Facebook until the end of the day. And sadly, that's where a lot of my birthdays are stored. And so I see it after the fact, whereas on here, it's now
still searching me,
right away.
That's what it was.
Right. So birthdays, home anniversaries. And then what do I need to do? Just tell me what I need to do and let me do it. And let me do it quickly and easily.
It even says their birthday. I didn't notice this before when I was using it. It has their So Tim, can you show us what you clicked on to get here real quick? Let's just go back to the dashboard real fast.
Yeah.
So Tim,
birthdays.
Yep. And so he just clicked on that, and that actually pulled up a smart view really quickly of the upcoming birthdays with the contact names, links to call them, text them, email them, and then their actual freaking birthday is right there. That's super cool.
So yeah, if you're the type of person who's gonna pre-write all of your birthday cards to send out to people, you could actually do this. You could load this up, have it all in one view, write all those cards out, and then plan like I'm going to send these week 1, week 2, week 3. You could just do it's super organized. It's awesome. I love it.
Tim, I
What
can't
I
help
love
but
about
notice.
this is even if you go in and you forget to put them on a smart plan, it will still show who's on that birthday. So you can go through and say, oh, I didn't put Joe McHugh on the birthday smart plan. I need to add him.
You never remember my birthday, Chad.
I also want to go real quick. So what else? So Tim, can you walk us through? Let's just do a quick walkthrough because we haven't done this yet. Let's just look at every single thing that's on this dashboard and actually say.
Yes, Brett. Yes, you can.
Yes. Yep.
So we've got
sure that was. Forgive me.
We've got birthdays on there. We've got anniversaries. I don't have any coming up in the next 30 days. We have profit share. I will admit this is one of my failing forward moments. I've got a lot of work to do on profit share, so it's a big fat 0 this month.
Oh my gosh, Kelly, how much feedback did you get from the field that this app had to show agents their profit share?
Not just the field, but to answer that question, a lot. That also came from Jay Papazan saying, you know what I use Kelly for? To check my profit share. Gary Keller, you know what I use Kelly for? To check my profit. Like everybody's like, the profit share's got to be there. And people are like, we got it. We promise profit share will be there.
What else we got, Tim? Let's start with the top real quick. We got tasks. So we got 3 different cards for that. Let's talk about that.
And so we've got the due today, due soon, and past due. We talked about that a little bit at the beginning, but those are all clickable. Those are all clickable filters to be able to pull up. And so if we ever want to get back to our dashboard, that's that bottom left home button. So I don't have any past due. So when I click on it, there's nothing there, but that's okay. So once we start getting those tasks really racked up, it's going to be beautiful in being able to keep yourself organized. So the next section here is the who to contact. And I'm going to flip over to my personal database, which somebody just asked about, because I know I've got a couple of leads here who have never been contacted in my personal database. And so I need to click on this. And I've got 2 people right here that I need to reach out to.
I think that first one's definitely a buyer. So you need to get back with them very soon.
You got to watch out. I think Test is also looking to buy up here in Connecticut. So
very possible.
You guys, I'm having a very weird flashback right now to 2001 when KW first launched websites for agents. My mother, as many of you know, she's a Keller Williams agent. And I went ahead and put in, just to test the system, because I liked testing systems even back in 2001, that I was a buyer looking for a house with 2 bedrooms and 17 bathrooms. And she was so excited to have a lead, and she was so disappointed that she wasn't able to find them a house. And I had to break it to her that was me testing her system. But like, sorry, I'm just like, that was 20 years ago. We have come so far, and yet we still have people testing out the system, and I love it.
So let's click on test real fast, and notice the green check mark. So
and it explains what the green check mark is.
And the agent site connection that shows that they are in fact connected on our consumer app, which we know from Command Desktop, that's what the green check mark means, is that, hey, they're connected on the app. And so when I go to the timeline, I obviously didn't look at anything on this one. That example.
Really good example choice here. You chose the test.
Some other ones. So I'll tell you what, actually, let's find somebody, because I already told you I'm excited about consumer. I feel like that's a really big one.
Before we get too far into it, I want to get back to that dashboard really soon on the team side, Tim.
Fair enough.
If you don't mind, because this is something
like, you guys, we are so far off of the agenda.
I know. I'm a terrible host. I haven't done anything to keep you guys in check. Let's go. Tim, would you mind switching over to your team profile for me?
Okay. Yeah. Hang on 1 second. I stuck myself in search mode.
If you click outside, hey, close it out and open it back up, man. Hey. Sometimes, hey, here we are. Okay, so on the team version, this is what I wanted to point out real quick. And this is big for me because a lot of the people that I work with are real estate teams that are looking to manage their lead flows. And there's a lot of really great lead flow stuff in the pipeline for Command as well, and also a lot of great stuff that's already there currently. Say, for example, that I am a member of Tim's team. And Tim is a very generous, kind, amazing rainmaker as he is, and he has been paying for a lot of Facebook ads, and he has a lead route set up where I am eligible for a few of those. Now, those could be round robin, those could be weighted round robin, random, all kinds of different things, but I may get a new lead to contact. And this to me is actually a really important piece of Command, which is that Now, when I'm on the go showing properties as the busy buyer agent that I am, when I get new leads that come into my phone or that come into me through command through Facebook, I'm not only going to get a push notification on my phone, I'm going to get it and immediately be able to actually claim that lead on my phone on the go. So I can immediately get them rocking and rolling onto a smart plan as well. I know we haven't talked about smart plans too much on this call just yet, but right away as a buyer's agent on a team, I'm able to get leads from my Rainmaker, claim them as mine, put them on the follow-up plan of my choosing, and I can do so while I just finished showing a house and I'm on my way to show the next one.
No, not while you're on the way.
While I'm in the driveway waiting to get out onto the road to go to the next one. I'll put my $20 in.
Yeah. And so here we are, guys. It's all, again, it comes back to that mindset shift of this is the quick, the fast, the mobile. That's what it's for. And that's what it does incredibly, incredibly well, is just taking care of business in the day. And so we talked about who to contact and those leads. Mine doesn't have anything to claim because I am a Rainmaker. So they all go to round robin outside of me. The things to know, the birthdays, the anniversaries, the profit shares, super powerful. I'm going
to bring up one more example, Tim. I'm sorry. I apologize. So I want to put out not just on the go. Okay. So think about how much I just accomplished in that quick time period on my phone. I claimed the lead that came in. Speed to lead, we know, is incredibly important for online leads. And now I'm no longer waiting until the end of the day when I get home. I am now pulling my phone up and just boom, immediately claiming them, putting them on a follow-up plan. I'm guaranteeing that they're going to get texts and emails from me, and I'm going to get my call reminders in the future. I did it in 5 seconds. And not only that, because there's one more view on here with who to contact. If I've sent them, let's say, a neighborhood nurture, let's say it's an open house I did, right? And I put them on neighborhood nurture based on the open house that I hosted. I'm also going to immediately see when they go to my neighborhood site or when they go to that Kitty app link that Tim sent them, let's say a little bit earlier, Tim had sent a link over. The moment they are on that site and logged in and looking at properties, they're going to be right here on my dashboard that I can quickly go call them really quickly, right? And go, hey, I saw that you were looking at blah, 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 blah house in the street. Is there anything I can help you with? Can I help you? Do you want to go see that property? Do you want to go do this? I'm acting so incredibly faster than I am if I'm stuck and chained to my laptop that I've been bringing around with me for the past few months. I just had to point that out. I appreciate, Tim. I know that I'm kind of edging on your time a little bit here.
And now it's incredibly important.
Normally,
is incredibly important.
Evan, are we doing questions from the audience at this point? I don't know.
We absolutely should be doing that.
Yeah, we should.
Thank you. So, guys, real quick,
we have left.
Yeah. So those that are watching online, because we are approaching near the end of time. Don't worry, we still got plenty of cool things to show you. I know that Tim's about to show us some cool smart plan things that he's going to do in his account here. If you're watching online, please go ahead and submit any questions, thoughts, concerns, feelings, emotions that you may be feeling right now. And let us know what you think of what we've been talking about. This has been the first official look at everything that Command mobile app has to offer. And so I know there's probably a lot of burning questions in there. So make sure we get those in so we can take a little bit of time for Q&A here at the end. Tim, take it away, my friend.
So let's close it out with smart plans. Let's talk through smart plans. We've spent time. KW has spent time. Marty Miller's spent time. Everybody's made 1,000 smart plans. And you know what? It's because they work. They work really, really well. So Evan comes in. He hits me with this lead. We're going to go into our smart plan section, our plus sign, and every single smart plan that I have in Command is available. Now, not the library, because that's going to be some random question I'm going to get. It's all of the smart plans that I've downloaded to
that you're already using.
Library and the ones I made. So my custom smart plan right here. So Evan is going to get thrown onto the open house comment text. And I'm going to agree to the TCPA disclaimer because you should not be spamming people. We're going to hit confirm. It's done. Smart plan went out. That's it.
Why is Evan laughing? What did I miss?
I'm just laughing at Tim saying like you should not be spamming people, and which he's correct on that. You shouldn't be. And the TCPA, guys, that's just making sure that you understand, right? Because if you break the TCPA, it is quite expensive to break the TCPA. So don't do that.
So I want to
No
show
joking, with the two different do not call and the TCPA together, you're looking at upwards of $41,000 in fines per phone call. This is a business-ending mistake to make. Do not violate TCPA guidelines.
No.
So I just got a text from Tim on my phone just now, and I believe, Tim, that you may actually be looking at that very same text message on your screen.
Yeah, I am, because it literally just went through. So we have our smart plan started, and it ended with that one text. That's all that was in that smart plan. But here is the text. It went out. It's done. I was able to get him on that open house smart plan in 6 seconds. It's good. And if he wants to respond, he can. It's there or not. We know these smart plans are just helping us get engagement with those clients / leads, specifically the leads.
Yeah. And on my end, Tim, I really like the smart plan that you have, because I'm gonna point out a couple of things I love about it. I got a message just now as a person that just left. I just left his open house. I just got a text that not only has the address plus directions if I click on that address, by the way, to the house. I have a landing page that I can find out more information about it. I've got a number that I can reach out to now. And then in that very same message as well, I also have my ability, if I don't want to talk to Tim, I can reply back with stop so I don't get any more of these messages, being TCPA compliant that Tim is. That's amazing.
One more quick thing that I love, and I loved it because it's been there from the beginning. The pull down refresh.
What?
Oh my God.
So natural in all of our browsers.
Hold on. I'm going to send you a text right now, Tim. Let's test that out.
It was so natural that I just did it one day out of not thinking, and it worked. And I was like, whoa, hang on. So they thought ahead. They already beat me to my thought process for my pull down refresh, and there it is. There's that text message.
That was so fast. I just sent that.
Yeah, it's so quick. It's immediate, and that's the point of Command Mobile. It's the immediate, fast situation. So,
awesome.
All right,
good deal.
Cool.
So I think we've kind of reached the end of. Joe, you were going to say something. Excuse me.
Well, I was going to say we have a couple of questions. Number one, Jennifer Tim wants to know why you're calling Command app the wrong name.
I'm actually going to correct Jennifer real quick and say I've been calling it the Command Mobile app.
So I don't know if somebody wants to tally how many times each of us have called it the wrong thing.
I'm gonna be broke.
I would actually love to know the final result of that.
I will never financially recover from this.
It is Command app. It will always, or just Command. It's Command on your phone. It's great. Command app. We love it.
Absolutely. And please, let's go ahead. And Tim, I know that before we hop into questions, Tim, I know that you had a special message around donating to KB Cares with this call. And I want to go ahead and give you the floor for that.
We hit it at the beginning. I want to hit it again now and have this conversation. I'm grateful for every single one of you. And at the same time, we get to be super financially free because of the industry we're in. And I love that KW gives back. And so we put it forward at the beginning of this call. I want to follow up with it now. We are calling on a $25,000 KW Cares donation by the end of Giving Tuesday, which if you're not familiar, we have Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and Giving Tuesday. So by the end of Giving Tuesday, I want to see our agents donate $25,000 to KW Cares. Now, let me say this first. That's not hard. There's 30,000 agents that are attached to this live stream. And so that's less than $1 per
$1 a person.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to qualify this as I do. Part of my jobs in Labs Advisor is I am the head of the culture committee. And one of the things I always tell people is if giving will ever cause you strife, if it causes you financial pain, please don't. It's okay, because we are blessed to be a blessing, and I love it. And if it's going to cause you pain, please don't do it. But for those of us that can, we will. And as I said before, we're going to start it off because I'm sure I'm at $500 by now from all my Command Mobile statements.
Oh, are you doing this right now?
Real quick, Evan, because we are in a group, right, with a lot of KW agents. Some of them may not have fully understand what KW Cares is. Do you just want to give a quick 30 seconds on what that is in case they don't know?
I can do it.
Yeah, Kelly, lay it on us.
No, Kelly.
Cares is the official 501c3 arm of Keller Williams Realty International. It exists to help you, our agents, and your direct family members in a time of need. A time of need can be anything from a medical emergency to a natural disaster, but it, again, exists to help you and is funded solely by you. The most common donations do come in through your commission demand requests, but what Tim is doing right now is the second most common way that we do get money, especially this time of year. It is truly amazing to be able to give to help serve our communities. So kwcares.com/donate is where you want to go to be able to do this.
Cool.
Perfect. And Kelly, would you mind throwing that in the chat real quick so we can throw that link up real quick?
I would be happy to.
As we are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and start with the questions. First of which, I'm going to go in on Amanda here. Amanda, forgive me for mispronouncing your last name if I do. Majusayak. I'm gonna go with that for now. Forgive me. She says, "Love it. Hope the call text feature links to Google Voice in the future." Now, I want to say this, and Kelly or anybody here, correct me if this call, but when you hit the call link, they're just tel links. So when your phone picks up that call link, if your phone has Google Voice on it and it does give you options when you hit call links and numbers, you should experience that here as well. That being said, I had not tested that out myself.
Haven't either.
But I do know it does use the default. So one thing that we didn't talk about was like email. And so even with email, it kicks over to the default app. So my default app is actually Gmail, not the Apple Mail app.
Yeah.
And so if your default is set to Google Voice, I suspect it will kick over.
Absolutely.
I would love it if
Yeah.
somebody watching could test that out for us.
Yeah.
Let's definitely do that.
Apple does not let you change default call on the phone, so that
No, they
will
won't.
work.
Okay.
But Apple does give you options though, often. So that's
Right. No, my understanding is for third-party call apps, it needs to be built into the app itself. But we did talk to them. For those instances, Amanda, if you click on the phone number itself, you still have the ability to copy the phone number. You will just lose the ability to have that immediately.
Oh, that tracking.
Yeah. So I don't know if we're in the feature request portion. Of course, we would love to have the ability when you click that call button for it to copy the number and then have that same workflow of that. If you can't get it to do Google Voice.
And of course, follow the banner below. Follow the banner below to ideas.kw.com if you do have any feature requests. Other comments that we have on here.
Brett Bishop said opportunities won't be a part of this end of first quarter. I don't know the answer to that. Kelly, is that something we can speak on?
I don't know that. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Do we know?
I don't. I have not heard specific dates. So no, Brett, I don't know an answer to that.
It's in the pipeline. We just don't know when.
Oh yeah, no, it's the next thing. Like it's huge.
Yeah. Cool.
Wonderful. And we also have, I love this right here. It should be command on the go. And once more, we're just going to put up that ideas.kw.com.
I actually think I don't think we're going to go back to on the go because it was e-edge on the go. I think we're a little scarred from that. So
possibly. We also see here from Facebook user, thank you everyone for a most excellent presentation of the, I love this in all caps, first full official peek at the coming soon command app. I love that. We have here, this is my favorite question so far. Kelly, how's that bread baking coming along?
Oh, thank you for asking. Yeah. The loaf that I had in the oven at the beginning of this call is out. It was an experimental high hydration sourdough in a Dutch oven, and it tastes just like sourdough should. So I'm happy with it.
How will the group text work?
Yeah.
Actually, let's test this out real quick. Hey, Tim, would you mind pulling up my contact record and hitting text message real quick to compose a message? So if you're on iPhone, I can't speak to how Android this will work, but I can speak to how this will work on iPhone. So Tim, you hit that message there, hit my number. Okay, we see here it's brought me into just my particular contacts. Text messages. So group texting will not be supported, at least on iPhone, in this first initial release.
Yeah, it's selective to one number, and I believe that's actually an Apple restriction. I don't think you can select multiple phone numbers from a third-party app to text in a
Right.
default
Yeah.
SMS.
And then of
The-
course, if we're talking like Twilio, that's just a limit on Twilio, so that's not going to have functionality there.
And
either.
also bear in mind, if you have something that you're sharing, so let's say it's the KW mobile app or something like that, if you're on the consumer side of things, you hit share and you hit message, you're able to type in more than one number at a time. I don't think you can do that right here in the Command mobile app right now, but on the consumer end, you can do that.
Brett has a very important question. What happened to harassing people that don't give access to StreamYard? He knows this well. He's been on the show before.
Friend of the show, Brett Bishop.
Yeah, friend of the show. So full disclosure, that comment was from Paul Arve. And it was just such a great comment. We didn't harass him. But
Also, what didn't show up on StreamYard that was on Facebook was Paul with the glasses and all of the hearts. So thank you, Paul.
That being said, Paul did not give access to StreamYard. So maybe he can't be a labs advisor anymore because I don't know. We'll give him a hard time about that on our next update call. But we appreciate you calling us out on us not calling somebody out.
So on the Twilio thing, if I click the text, will it go to my text app on iPhone or text from my personal number? It's going to, if you're clicking text in here in the Command app today, when you click on that text message icon, it will go through the text app on your iPhone. So it will be from your personal number. That will, as they continue to iterate upon this, because as we know, this is a 1.0 release by beyond the best 1.0 release I think I've ever seen. These features, keep those coming, keep putting those into ideas.kw.com and keep promoting those if you want additional functionality beyond what we've talked about today. I don't even think we hit everything. But yes, as of right now, for that particular one, that is correct. I think the last one, we got some thank yous. Oh my gosh, thank you.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
Joe, this is what happened. So Joe recently gave me admin to a StreamYard account, and I know he's regretting it because now we're clicking the same things at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think, is that all of the questions beyond? I think Brooke had asked. Hold on, where are you at, Brooke? She says Kelly, who swore. The joke on that Brooke was that anytime we called it Command Mobile instead of Command Mobile app, it's $20 to KW cares.
Yeah.
Or Command app. You could just call it Command app.
If somebody wants to tally that, I think I'm down for 40. So if somebody wants to tally those up and let us know how many times everybody called it, please put it in the comments. We would love to see it.
Yeah. And Joe's personal cell phone number is +1.
Nope.
But guys, I believe that is going to wrap up today's episodes. I know we got more comments coming in, so I don't know if we want to hang on for a little bit longer.
I'm cool to hang around to hear the comments. We are over time though, so anybody who has to go,
we can certainly address all of those comments in the chat itself, right?
We will absolutely keep commenting on the video below. This video, we will be sharing it around, so please keep putting your comments down below. We will go back and answer them.
To harass. I don't know who this is. This person didn't
It's
say
also
it.
Paul.
Paul, come on, man. Get StreamYard access. I'm tired of seeing you as Facebook user, man.
Awesome. Guys, I just want to say one last time, happy Thanksgiving. We hope two things. One, that you got to enjoy the amazing excuse to get away from some family if needed. We also appreciate the fact that you're having some time with your family. I want to thank everybody who joined us today. And also, Chad Landris's restraint that I do want to point out was fantastic today. Thank you, Chad, for that as well.
I kind of hope Chad would come on here and cause more chaos. That's why I invited him. I'm a little disappointed.
I've got to do good for Kelly.
Good deal.
She sent me a very nice text message yesterday. I'm not screwing that up.
Well, Kelly Cody, Director of All Things of the President, which is the job title I'm going to give you for now. Thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you, and thanks everybody for joining us.
All right,
absolutely,
see
Tim.
everybody.
Thank you. Take care, and y'all have a good.